Welcome to Troggy Trog's Let's Play Dungeons and Dragons Online. Our next quest is Under the Sea. Is down here. Ghost of a Chance.
The current is drawn into an opening in the rock, just large
I will do it
enough
on Epic.
to
Why
wiggle
not?
through.
So they're probably gonna have a change in music and narration in this, so I may have to make some adjustments to my audio settings. If it's anything like the last quest, prove your worth.
A thick fog rises up from the water as forces of pirates float
it's
along
cool.
the
Like
current.
nothing's changed.
Moonlight shines down from an opening above.
It's the proper music and the proper narrator. Yes, awesome. Okay, let's hit this first, I guess. Oh, I nailed that one. What the heck? Dude, that guy just like dove into the water. Look at him. I got the AI messed up on that one. There's another guy. I guess I'll luck out and eventually roll a 20 once he respawns. I'll just roll a 20 on him and it'll kill him, one-shot him. I think that guy's dead. Alright, there's still a guy over here. This is the one that keeps committing suicide. Alright, there we go. Very strange. Alright, so let's go underwater real quick and just do a Q spam so it's a little easier to see if there's anything down there. Ooh, it is quite foggy, yes indeed. And this here looks like it's locked. No lever.
The entryway into the pirate's compound rumbles open.
I'm trying to peek through the little hole there. Alrighty. Not seeing or hearing anything. I wonder if there's anything else down here. Oh, look. Look at what I found. It's nice having that underwater action. I was kind of knocking those Corsairs that, mainly for the bracers because they were kind of lackluster. You know, the rest of this set's not that bad. I mean, it's not uber, but you know, it's not bad. I've noticed that like this game, most of the items that you get, you know, are at level or below
webs
level.
indicate that you are not alone in this portion of the cave.
Anyway, at level or below level. So like for this area, say it's like a level 5 to 7 range, you know, most of this gear is stuff that, you know, you should already have like a +5 item or a plus, you know, 7 item, you know. So, you know, when I run quests, and especially for pay to play packs, I would expect to see something that's at least towards the upper end of what that pay to play pack is trying to address, you know, quest level wise, you know, and they've made the gear better in the game over time to accommodate for that, but there's a lot of gear.
A slight breeze slips through a crack in the wall before you.
I roll my eyes every time I hear this guy. Because it's like right in the middle of my conversation as I'm like just jumping along. Anyway, I was just saying, like, you know, they've addressed some of the quest items, you know, the reward items that you get for doing a quest. They've kind of scaled those up and kind of, you know, made them better, which it's kind of a double-edged sword, right? Because there's power creep that comes in the game, makes the game easier, but you kind of expect to see good quality loot for, you know, risking your life, so to speak. You're an adventurer, you know. You're coming through here trying to do this, and you end up getting rewards that are so lackluster or just meh, you know, that you want something better. and you're just not, you know, it's like, well, why did I go all throughout these dungeons killing all these monsters and slaying dragons or whatever just to get something that I can't even use because it's below my level, or the quality is below my level. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you get sometimes better items out of these breakables than you do as a chain reward. I'm not saying that's always the case, but they don't always give you the full list either, so sometimes you have to farm these quests, and I think it's the intention, it's the mechanic of an MMO, which is to make you farm quests. And it's like, well, if this was a pencil and paper game, you know, you would just get the nice items right off the bat and be done with it, you know, like you wouldn't have, there's no farming in pencil and paper, at least not the way I play it. You just get your items and move on. And usually the DM gives you what you need, you know, without, if he's a good DM, he's not going to Monty Hall you and give you more than what you need. He's going to give you...
A strong breeze gusts from a crack in this wall.
He's going to give you the kind of items you need to, you know, succeed in quests without being overpowered. You know, like give you, you know, a +1 item in old school D&D was, you know, pretty nice. You know, if you had a +2 item, you were like really doing well. If you had a silver magical item, boy, that was
suddenly
good stuff.
The clanking,
you know?
of wood and metal intensifies.
And in this game, they have quests that they kind of do overboard. Like, I mean, it's really nice, and but it's, I mean, they have items that, I think it's like in the new Forgotten Realms quest, for example, there's like some heroic quests that are like, you know, generally around like level 15 to 20 range, and they give you like +7, +8 stat items, and I'm not joking, like, heroic level, not even like epic level. You're not even hitting the epic levels yet. You're only like in the teens on your character. You're not even like level 20 yet. And normally, back in the day, it was, you know, those things were, check this out, Q-Span.
You notice a lever on the back of the ornamental statue.
Like back in the day, you know, in your green steel stuff that took you several shroud runs, you'd have to run these raids like, you know, 20 or 30 times to get all the ingredients you needed to make the item. And you can only run the raid every 3 days because there were no raid bypass timers like there are now. So it would take you like 2 or 3 months to make a really nice, you know, green steel item, and you'd run this raid every day. And everybody ran it because, or every 3 days. Everybody ran it because it was a lot of fun. It was actually a fun raid, and it, I mean, it still is. It's one of the better designed raids in the game. It requires like a lot of teamwork and coordination, but at the same time, you know, you can have your like kind of a loosey-goosey kind of fun. You know, just have a lot of jokes and stuff because you end up getting really good at it. It's
the shape of a lever pokes through a tank. When you pull the lever, you hear the sound of a gate rattling open.
Okay, that underwater gate's open there.
You have cleared the cave of all the spiders.
Wow, that's a lot of XP for that. But like I was saying, with like the shroud items were uber. I mean, they were really nice, but you know, the green steel items you can make, and they're still good, but by today's standards in DDO versus like 5 or 6 years ago, it's like night and day. I mean, you can get items that, like goggles that have higher bonuses to your stats than your green steel, you know? And it's kind of like, okay, you know, there needs to be like maybe a balance to all that. I mean, that's just my opinion, but the game is what it is, and it's already there. You know, I'm not, you know, obviously it's not going to change, you know, for me or my taste. But I just think that, like, I remember when I played this game on my first character, like this kind of character here. It's kind of why I've been doing this, kind of to relive that nostalgia. And I remember how hard it was.
Sneers, then
it was really challenging.
With the intent to kill.
Because I had a barbarian rogue instead of a ranger rogue, so I was like a dual wield barbarian rogue character, my first character that I played all the way up to level 20. And I remember just how tough it was. And I was buying the adventure packs and spending money on the game and unlocking.
To your unrelenting
take that, you scrag punk. But I just remember how
one of the burning logs would make a good club.
Yeah, we'll get to that burning log in a second. We'll talk about that. Let's get our loot here. But I remember just getting a Ghostbane item was, or well, back in the day it was a Ghost Touch. They didn't have Ghostbane, but like a Ghost Touch of Undead Bane. I remember I'd keep my eyes out for that kind of stuff, and I'd make these weapon sets as a dual wielder, and it was tough because that was when I started playing. Platinum wasn't the main currency; gold was, and there was like this. I don't know if there was an exploit or what happened, but something happened where all of a sudden there was a huge influx of platinum in the market. I think it was after a Crystal Cove event. They had some kind of bug where people were selling items that they had forgot to code to not be vendorable. So people were like getting all these gems or whatever it was, and they were selling them by like the boatloads and millions and millions and millions of gold, which it became millions and millions of plat. And all of a sudden the economy changed. It was like an oversight that happened, and they had to do a hot fix or something like that. I think that's what happened. But anyway, it went from basically the main currency being gold and very little, plat. I mean, platinum was still obviously the more expensive currency, or whatever you want to call it, the more valuable currency. But anyway, gold was the standard, and I remember back then, everything was gold, and it was hard to get plat, and you wouldn't, to have 1,000,000 plat was like kind of unheard of unless you've been playing for a long time and knew what to invest in and such. But here I am, on this character, first time on this server, no help from anybody else, and I've already got over 300,000 plat. Basically, because I know how to. I'm experienced. I know what to look for that has market value on the auction house and how to sell it. Because I played the game long enough. This cudgel, by the way, is a really neat, interesting, item. And this is probably heralds back to like the game when it was older, because you look at it and you go, why would you want that? But it's interesting, and it drops on death. And I think I remember I had 2 of these. I'd save them because they're not bound, and I thought I did this. I might do this later on after if we do have our first character death. I'll put this in the bank. Maybe after we have our very first character death, I'll pull this out of the bank and do like a /death command in public, because you can kill yourself in town, and then see if this drops out of my inventory, if it's equipped when I do that. Or it might not even have to be equipped. But anyway, just pretty neat. Alright, so we'll hit a cupcake. Nom nom nom. Probably do 2 of those. Just get rid of them. But anyway, like I always talk about like power creep and stuff, and like I'm kind of like an old school grognard in a lot of ways. Like I'm not probably as extreme as like some people, where I generally do like to make a character and hope that they survive if I'm playing in a campaign. I really don't like to have to roll up a second character. It's not a big deal, but one of the things about playing a D&D campaign to me is the campaign's like a story, and you want to see those characters grow and like evolve over time, and like become different types of characters, maybe a multi-class or whatever, if you're playing like first edition or whatever, or if you're playing like old school like white box or red box, you might change your style of playing that character and based on what you're getting. But the game was very deadly back then, and there was that sense of like fear and trepidation when you went to a dungeon, and you wanted to make sure you had all your you had like a shopping list, or like a checklist and everything. Before you went in, you would buy all the gear and everything you needed. You go in there with like a loaded to bear with all the rope and grappling hooks and all that stuff, and then you'd get in there, and then you'd still end up dying. And it was just really deadly. You'd have all the stuff you need, and potions and magic items are extremely rare, unless you had a Monty Hall type DM.
Air gusts out. It smells of raw, bloody meat.
This
hear
is
the gnawing and crunching of bones inside.
This is funny, actually. There's 3 narrators in this quest, 2 of the originals, and then this newer one. Anyway, I know I ramble on about things about D&D and old school and new school and all that, and different editions. I mean, I like the newer editions. And 5th edition is actually a really nice version. They did a lot of, I think, proper changes to it to make it kind of like a mix of a blend of old school and meets new school kind of thing. But
Again, the clattering of warforged. One springs at you, eager to attack.
See, I'm shooting and nothing's happening. 2 arrows launching away and nothing. Didn't say miss over their head. Wasn't gonna dice roll. I think there's like some lag or latency with the server, but it could also be. I still think like there maybe having to do with being a ranged character that uses the Harper intelligence line. I don't know. It's like a hunch. There might be something a little buggy with that whole enhancement line, the way it's coded. I don't know. Whew. Yeah, it could be just lag. I was just hop skipping and jumping back and forth there for a second, like a little rubber bandy, herky jerky thing going on there. Death to the warforged. I think it's, you know, like most of these role-playing games, it's like it's really a preference, like your taste. I think there's people that like the min-max and power game. I'm not one of those people, you know. I mean, I have kind of sort of done that with some characters in DDO because it's a video game and you're playing against an environment that you want to succeed against, and if you want to go on raids with the big boys and all that, you're gonna have to be well geared and well planned out as a character build. You know, you just can't just walk in there and hope to succeed on an epic elite raid at like level 30 or something, or you know, without knowing how to play well in this game and knowing how to build a character. And I mean, you could go in there as maybe a DPSer type, but if you want to play like a healer role or a tank role or something that's really has a lot of weight behind it, you know, alright, I shot 3 times at that darn thing. Then you need to, you know, plan your character out and have the gear, and it'll require a lot of, you know, farming and strategy on how to make your character, you know. But when it comes to pencil and paper,
a voice calls out from the back of the room. Please come in. I would like to make your acquaintance.
but when you play in pencil and paper, it's just a different thing. Like these guys, you can't hit until you're back here and talk to this guy. Apparently, there's 2 on each side. Oh, yeah, there's probably
the captain bellows.
How dare you interfere with my operation? Prepare to be wiped from the face of Eberron.
Just in case somebody's got some elf acid arrow and some. Just in case. There's a lot of guys here, and I'm not sure who's a magic user or not. Ooh, firewall. I think it's the first time we've seen a firewall. This is actually a little bit of a fun fight here. I usually don't get a tough fight where I have to like kite things forever and watch out for this guy and that guy. I'm gonna do something else here too. I could probably switch to that robe I have, but we'll just make sure we got a little fire resist going here for this fight. Hold on, hold on. I'll get to you archers in a second. They're like,
you defeated the captain. And
come up and play with us.
Illegal smuggling operation.
Yeah, there's an arrow in the head. There you go. Warforged bunks. Gosh, there's a lot of them. Like 4, 5. Alrighty. Well, we got a chest out of that deal. That's good. Hey! I already have those. same thing, but mine are bound to account. I could probably get some money out of those though, because you know, it's hard to find thieves' tools or thieves' gear in the vendors and auction house lately. At least I've noticed on the server. Oh, ambush! Whoa, trip! Oh man, double trip. Well, screw you. Screw you guys. I'm going home. Oh man. Let's have one of these. That one heals me over time and should get me back up to full, yeah. Alright. Well, how are we doing on XP here? We already got the conquest bonus. There's really no reason to go back there other than hoping to get a purple bag from those guys. But I do want to clear out the the entrance to this shrine. I don't want, if something bad happens, I want to be able to get to that shrine, you know, if I need it, without having to fight guys. Not that there's much more in the quest, we're pretty much at the end. We just have to find Farrier Worley and go from there, so. Well, let's just make sure, okay. Shrine. Alright, it's clear. I think I'll actually go ahead and hit it, you know, since we are out of clickies and things. Because the more laborsome part of the quest is coming up. The more problematic part. Troublematic, is that even a word? I think I made up a word just now. Well. So, yeah, we'll hit this. But like, you know, like I said, like pencil and paper, I like to kind of have that old school survival type thing, and you can see from like my Let's Play of Skyrim, my Let's Play DDO here, I like challenge. I like to be kind of like the underdog, and I don't want to be like just full up with all this crazy magic items and gear. I want my skills to be able to win the fight.
Farrier, you know? Calls out to you. Do not touch anything. One wrong move could kill me. Please speak with me first.
Okay, I've got. It's a little dark in my room here. I got a flashlight here. My little lamp light here. I made little drawings on a piece of paper for this because I didn't want to alt tab. And there's actually on the wiki, there's these big cubes. These are huge cubes right here. Oops, you can see the spot in danger here. And there's one here, and there's one over there. There's one over there, each corner. North. So you have like a northeast, southeast, southwest, northwest corner. And you want to make sure you click this guy to talk to, not try to open the door. You have to deactivate this, but you got to see what this optional is worth, right? Okay. I don't know if it has it listed here. Maybe it will when we talk to him. Oh, please tell me you're here to rescue me. Yes, your brother sent me. It's like, but yeah, he's dead. He's a ghost. He told me all about it. We just need to get you out of here. Right. Please listen then. This is very important. The contraption is very involved. In each corner, there is one correct power circle and 3 incorrect ones. If you hit an incorrect circle, it will activate a trap that triggers in this cell. Too many incorrect choices and I will be toast. Basically zaps them with electricity. I'll be careful. Okay. Now I don't know. Let me try this again real quick. Yeah, you don't see it here. But I'm looking again. Yeah, anyway. Doing this is worth 200% of the XP. So this quest is worth a lot of XP. And we're already getting a 10% hit, but you know, it is what it is. But I'll go ahead and do like a little search. We're getting spots, but there's like a ton of spotting going on in this place. We'll just run around and do like some quick searches just to get that out of the way, so we don't have all these annoyances of seeing, you know, danger every spot and everywhere. Let's see, there's nothing here. Okay, there's one here. I mean, there was one here. You don't have to do this. I'm just kind of doing this just to let you guys see that there's a lot of danger in here. Okay. That was a lag spike. Yeah, that was bad. That was real bad. That was really bad. Oh, hold on. It's really laggy. I just clicked this and then it didn't do anything. I was wondering because like some of these things were like popping up and then disappearing, and I'm not sure what was going on. Oh my gosh, the lag. It's terrible. I'm like, I should be done searching already, and it's just starting to search. I press the button. I'm hoping this is equipped. There it is. I just wanted to run around the room one time just to give you an idea of like all the little, you got all these crazy trap things. You gotta be careful with them. And yeah, you can see them. See, that's the thing. Like you can go around and search them all out, and then you know which ones are trapped. But if you don't have the skills to look, you're gonna have to like know how to do the trap without troubleshooting all the traps. I'm sorry, knowing how to do the puzzle without troubleshooting all the traps. Anyway, so we'll start here in the southeast, and we'll just work our way clockwise, I think. So in the southeast, this one is connected and it goes up, so we'll go ahead and turn this one on. Alright, it's not on, but if it's glowing, it's on. And that one works its way all the way up that back side on that far. There's 5, it's a 5x5 grid, so 25 squares on each face. Well, imagine like a 6-sided dice, right? So that side's done, and then what I need to do is we got to make sure this thing's not on right now. See, that's good. This is like an on-off switch. You don't want it on until you've set it up the way you want. So this one here goes down like this, and then over like this, and then I'm gonna hop down onto this ledge so I can grab the rest of these. Alright, so yeah, that's connected. Okay. Looks like it's all connected all the way up. And then on the top side over here, we need to look. This is another circle, right? It goes up here. And then what this one does is instead of going into the cube, it stays on the edge of this cube the whole way. It kind of zigzags all the way over. And then all we have to do is make sure that's going down again. Yep, looks like we're good. Okay, so the bad circles are turned off. Like if you see, like, that one has a trap on it, and this one has a trap on it. They're all turned off. There's no connection to the rest of the puzzle. Let me see this one a little bit better. If you look down here, see how it's like not connected, so it's not gonna light up and go kaboom. All right, so that's the southeast. And that's done. So now we want to go over to the northeast, the northwest. We go clockwise here. This is actually the most complicated one, I think. So what we'll do is we'll go upstairs first. I'll do a search here if it'll let me, and we can spot something. Okay, so this one has this one that goes all the way in the back wall. Good spider. Okay. It's like lagging because that's popping up on the screen when I'm not moving. It's like all of a sudden it just pops up and I'm like standing still. Alright, so this wall is good on this side. Now we come over to this side. This actually has to connect here, so I'll show you this real quick. This little circle here. And we're spotting here as well. I'm going to try to search out that. See, it turned off before it was finished. It's weird. There's a lot of lag going on. It's like I'm getting the detect thing early. Anyway, this has got this little circle thing. You want this top tile. That's blocked by the other tile, right? So I need to stand up here and turn it. So that goes over, and then this goes down. Alright, like that. Ooh, lag. Alright. There's that spotting thing. Let me just go up here. I think I'm spotting here, and then 3 seconds later it shows up after I've already moved. Maybe. Let's see, maybe not. Oh no, there it goes. Anyway, the point is, this is a circuit we're making, and this circuit goes down and then to the right. So you want to come down here, and I'll do another search here. Maybe it'll let me do it. I don't know, but I'm not gonna mess with it, I guess. All right, and so we make the circuit. Oh, I'm lagging out again. Can't move. Alright, this game is getting really bad. Alright, and then, yep, this circuit's all completed. Come on now. I'm moving to the left. Let me move. Okay, it's just lag, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, and then this connects and goes up. And then it goes back in. Like that, and goes up. It goes all the way to that top one, and then it goes left. So that circuit goes all the way up and then to the left. Like I said, this is the most complicated one. Alright, I got the spot. I'm gonna look, but you guys keep telling me that. I do it and you won't let me. You won't let me spot it. Okay, let's try it again here. Maybe I just don't have the. Let's try this. Yeah, it's just. Oh yeah, it's just the lag because I just clicked that helmet and it took 3 seconds for it to do it. Alright, so if you look here, I should have been on this side to do it. Look here, this one has to go up. There it goes. Now the circuit's going up and then comes to the top here and it goes around and it comes over to here. And then from here it goes all the way down and then up. And it goes up like that, down like that. Looks like everything's looking good. Goes back up on that back wall. Yeah, everything's looking good here. Gosh, I wish I knew. If the lag wasn't happening, I would know where to search, but it keeps giving me this lag. There it goes. That's the one that keeps popping up. It's annoying. Alright, so we want to double check, make sure our circuit's following the way we want to follow. That's good. Okay. I just like to double check. This one's, you kill the guy, and then you don't get any of this XP, and it's really worth a lot. So it's one of those ones you kind of want to do, even if it takes you a few minutes. Okay, I think we're good. I can go back up top and check the very top of the circuit here. Yeah, and this is in. Yep. Alright, so the next one is the northwest one. And the northwest one is a pretty simple one. Basically, it stays just on one, for the most part, one side. So what we want to do here is, yep, starts here, goes down, and one, and then it goes down again in the middle here, and it goes down, skips one, and then goes down to the very middle of the puzzle, right there. Oh boy, lag. Oh man. Alrighty, so yep, that's one circuit, and then we will climb back up. We have another circuit that's actually on this little platform area that's just off the. It's giving me the spot thing here. I'm gonna try to look for it, just to make sure. There you go. Alright, there's another one up here, another circuit. This circuit, this one goes, I'm just trying to look at my notes here. This one goes like this, and like this, and yeah, that is pretty much it. So let's just make sure all the other circuits are off that have the traps. That one down below me, I'm looking down there right there. That one's off. And that one down there. We'll have to jump down there to actually see it. And then there's one up here. This one is, yep, that one's off. Up here, and in the bottom, it's still going. Goes back up. This one is what we can do is just turn it like that, but I'm just going to leave it the way it was and make sure, like here it's cut off. Okay, so once we go upstairs, there's this one we need to look at, and this one, so they're right next to each other. The two that are going up, I just want to make sure they're not connected, you know, just make sure the circuits are cut off. It's kind of like an electrician here. Okay, so this one's definitely off, and that one's definitely off, so that's good. Okay. Now we go over to the northeast. And I just got to detect here, so I'm going to try to look. I'm making this a lot longer than it needs to be, by the way. This quest is, you know, you don't have to take this much time to do this. I'm just kind of doing it the careful way so you guys can see how it's done, understand the kind of the concepts behind it all. Because if I'm not detecting these traps, you're not going to see them, and then you're not going to be like, well, why do you have to make it go this certain direction and all? Alright, so this is the northeast one. This one's basically just one straight shot all the way around, I think. So it starts here, comes from that top, goes down, and it stays along the east side for the most part. And then you want to jump over here. I'll have to like lower myself down and hit that one. Alright. And then this one, right at the very bottom, it's going to go left, and it's going to connect to the circle. You want to turn the circle ring, make the circuit here, and then it goes down again. And then you have this like little T-junction. This T-junction, you actually make the letter T with it, so it looks like a T, right? And then it goes up this whole side, pretty much up to the top. Not quite, but almost to the very top. So we'll have to get back up there, and I'll give myself a little bursty burst here. Okay, now we're up here. You see how it kind of cuts over? And it cuts over and then goes up one. And then this makes this circuit here, and we're done. Alright, so that's everything, right? Now we got to power it up, but I just want to, again, double check the traps, make sure there's no circuit connections. So this trap here, obviously it goes up. So those, they're all kind of connected. This one's turned off here, so the only way they can get turned on is on the back side. So that one's turned off, that one's turned off. That one there looks like it could be connected, so we want to go up and make sure. Alright. And so we got up here. You can see this one kind of comes up here, and then when it hits this one, it's turned off. Okay, so those all turned off. I want to make sure these are all turned off as well. Just give a double check on the first grid, and then we'll go ahead and power everything up. That one's definitely off. That one up there I can't necessarily see. That one, I think we already checked these to make sure they were off, but we'll come over here anyway and look. Yeah, that one's off. I guess there's like 3 zappity zaps on each one of these boxes. That one's definitely off. I can see up there it's not connected. Okay, jump up in there, look. And then this one is off as well. And then basically we'll just have to power everything up. The main power switch, imagine like a light switch. We're making a big electrical circuit. The light switch is over here. So let's go ahead and turn it on and cross our fingers and hope it works. You can see it powering up. There it goes. It's all powered up. We get some chesty chests back here. It just depends on the optional guys you come across in the quest, how many different chests might be back here, I think. But there we go. And then we just talk to him, and again, don't allow him to die, so now we just have to talk to him to end the quest. It was brilliant. Yeah, it was called cheating. I had a wiki.
You have freed Farrier Worley from the ancient prison.
Alright, so now I think you might see that on here. Yeah, here it is. you know, so it was 200% of the base XP. I think that's what it was saying on the wiki. So, although that doesn't look like 200% to me. But anyway, you get the idea. You get a lot of extra XP for doing that. It was like 2100, 2200. A little bit long. I mean, yeah, 40-minute quest plus the extra stuff of finishing it up at the end here. But definitely worth it. If you need XP, there is a way. And once you get good at putting this together, this can be a really easy farming quest if you really want to farm XP.
The current is drawn into an opening in the rock, just large enough to wiggle through.
We'll swim up to the top just to see. Oh, look at that! I kind of wish there were sharks in this game. Every time I've been out the Three Barrel Cove, I'm like, I swim out. You can swim pretty far out here into the ocean. Good, probably the equivalent of about half a mile off the shore, maybe. And I keep thinking, like, wouldn't it be cool if there was, some sharks out there? Actually, before I recall, I'm gonna say like we're pretty close to a few rares, and even though we already have them, we only have 21 more things to kill. So why don't we throw that in on this episode? We'll just show you a little bit of Three Barrel Cove. It's kind of, not as pretty right now because of all the overcast and rain, but we'll get some of these guys. They'll add up to our what we're looking for. Oh, there I am shooting and nothing's happening. Okay. That one, I give up. It's like, it's just, hey, quit that. Seriously, quit that. Quit. I'm trying to. There we go. I was pressing the button and it was just lagging. I was like, trying to switch to my my Q spam, and I couldn't. I was just like standing still, good move, pressing the button, and like nothing's happening. Okay, there's a rare that sometimes is right here, but he's not up, obviously. So that's why I kind of came over here to look. So we got a couple quick kills there. We only need 15 more. It's probably a good thing I'm not playing on Elite, because ever since I've been on this server playing, it's been really laggy at times. Sometimes it's smooth. We'll have 2, 3, 4, 5 quests, whatever, that are just smooth sailing, hardly any lag, maybe just a little hiccup here and there. But my goodness, it's been laggy like crazy, like the last, the last few quests I've run. Yeah, some strange glitches. Actually, should point out, see how that mass on that, like right here, this mass, this tip, if you go out, oh, it disappeared, faded away. That boat, if you get on the tip of it and then jump out, you follow that. Oh, hello, Xwagon, how you doing? You follow that, and if you have underwater action or water breathing, whatever, you swim down, and that's one of the explorer spots is down there. It's kind of a tricky spot, so make sure you have a good timer on your water breathing if you go down there. Is if you've never done it down there before, if you never swam into those caves, you'll have trouble finding it in enough time. I would say you probably need a good minute. If you know what you're doing, you probably about a minute or less, slightly less, to swim all the way down and back and get credit for the explorer spot. This is like Korthos. Wow, I am really sad to see how many times I'm shooting and nothing's happening. I know sometimes the graphics are blocking it, but sometimes it's just you're shooting and nothing's happening. This guy's hamstringing me. That feat I was telling you about earlier on in our, I think the first time we leveled or hit level 3 or something. It's called hamstring. It's really effective. You can see him, he was just kind of spamming it on me. But hamstring slows you down, basically it cuts your speed in half, and you can do that to a boss. And I I think back in the day, and I don't know if it does it now, but I think back in the day it was basically slowing down the attack animation speed too. So it was like the guy was basically slowed like a slow spell, like the opposite of haste. And anyway, I'm gonna go over here because I only need 6 more kills, and I want to check for a bow. The great bow of the Scrag, I think it's called. And there's a Scrag, like a blue troll. They're similar to the green skin trolls, but they're generally in coastal water areas instead of like inland like the green ones apparently. At least that's my experience. They're like in Ataraxia and Three Barrel Cove and places like that. Red Fens, there are Scrags out there as well. So generally around water, bodies of water. Quests that have to deal with water areas, aquatic areas. No, he's not up there, but while we're here, we'll just kill these guys since we get credit for it. We'll also have a collectible here too. Oh, I did find, I should get this in the recording. It's actually, last time I was up here I noticed I was Q spamming and there's a collectible that's bugged out and it's actually inside the graphics. I want to tell people, like, I remember like telling people when they're playing ESO, and I was like, man, you should play DDO because it's not as buggy. ESO was really buggy. It was like horrendously buggy when it came out. But this game is like 9 years old now. They redid this pack, but there's no way to get in there. I mean, you can't. Yeah, it's blocked. It's literally blocked. You cannot. You can see the error coming up and everything. Anyway, we need 1 more kill, and there's 3 guys. So we'll go ahead and get them all. We'll get the priestess first, because she's a caster. So that was worth as much as a quest. And you can see it basically doubles pretty much every time you go for another. So like the next threshold is 1500 slays. I'm not going to go for that, but it'll be around close to 8,000 XP for 1500 slays. Maybe not quite that much. I can look it up in the journal, but and then you have to add in like what boost you have. I'm gonna come over here real quick just to grab this. Lag there too. And then I would D-door, but it D-doors you back to where you first entered this area, so we would go back underwater, back to the Ghost of the Chance entrance. But we'll just recall. Oh, this area too. They moved the Minotaur from the town. He used to be in the town. It was a rare, because this all used to be the wilderness area. Even in town, there wasn't a gate. So the Minotaur is now on this boat. You can see it right there. That ship right there that my orb's on. So when you get outside the area and you're walking out there, go to that boat. There's a chest on it every time, even if the Minotaur is not up. So you can get loot off that chest. Basically, you can ransack that chest pretty easily if you're looking for making some money in the game. So okay, let's see what we got here. Oh, there. Duh. This guy, they really didn't move. I just forgot where he was there for a minute. Oh, there he is. Martine! Yes, your brother is no longer a prisoner. All in a day's work. Thank you. Alright, so, let's see. We got that repeating crossbow in the list again. There's a bluffing helmet. I don't really have a bluff item. No bank. Let's got. Let me look at my stuff again real quick. This has spot and resistance. No. Okay. Slow burst, but you have to be lawful, and I don't have enough UMD to use that yet. I think we'll go with this bluffing helmet, mainly because I don't have anything with bluff on it, so if we have to do a skill check that requires bluff, we'll have it. And we'll lock that one down and just leave it like that. And talk to this guy, reset this, and we have some mail, so I'm kind of excited to go see what that is. But I need to go repair and all that stuff.